Greetings, Tetris citizens. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Tap Masters for July 2025. Yeah, July. It's still July. What is it? It's July 53rd. So Tap Masters is continuing. And we have really just got 2 more streams to go. That is it. I promise. Well, I can't promise because they'll probably just chop it up. Anyway, whatever. Here's what we're doing. Okay. We've already got 3 players waiting in the semifinals. Alex T and Coster on the top half of the bracket. Joseph Saley is waiting for his semifinalist opponent, and it's going to be one of the players playing right now. It's going to be either Dog playing Tetris or Bluescuti playing in a tap battle. And this is really just bonkers. I mean, if you think about it, Bluescuti versus Dog, one of those guys will be playing against Joseph Saley. Legends. Playing against another legend. Maybe even a bigger legend. So this is going to be really exciting. Bluescuti versus Dog. That is the match that we are playing right now. Now, after that, I think pretty much right after that, we're going to continue sort of the bracket that we just finished like a half hour ago. It's going to be this pink bracket in the Masters event, Knight versus Cobra. And then the winner will take on Bluescuti in the top 8 to determine our first semifinalist of Masters. So that is what we've got going on. First, this Tap Masters match, our final top 8 match, Bluescuti versus Dog. And then that other thing from the Masters. All right, this is pretty exciting. Let's take a look at our rules real quick. We're not going to read the whole thing because you know how to do this. Is the finals happening this weekend? We don't know Dirt Block until all the players are determined. So we schedule around the players' availability. Anyway, players, not going to read the whole thing, but remember that we will be doing level 18 starts all the way through. There will be no line cap. So if you can hyper tap past 39 and you need to, well, go right ahead. We will be using the same piece sets. We will be re-rolling those in between each game of the match. Players, make sure your hertz and input displays are turned on. Hertz and input displays are turned on for all of our play style, restricted tournaments, okay? So hertz and input display turned on. Remember not to receive any in-game advice. Don't pause unless I tell you to, particularly if you experience a tech issue. So if your internet or your OBS or your computer starts wigging out, just keep playing. Assume that your game will count unless I tell you otherwise. Don't pause and ask for further instructions. Just keep playing and I will sort it out and inform you. And remember, this is a hyper tapping tournament, so heed the spirit of tap. And what that means in this tournament, hyper tapping is a primarily single finger attack that addresses the D-pad directly. And it's, the jitter click method, and you get one accessory finger one time on a given piece movement. So you can hyper quick tap at the end with the second finger. You can start the piece movement with that second finger, or you can throw it in the middle somewhere, but only one time per piece movement. Okay? Makes sense? One time per piece. Right? That makes sense. Buff for eyes. Tier 1 sub, 4 months. Thank you, Buff. Appreciate that. So anyway, please heed the spirit of tap, and we'll be watching. So don't mess around. If you want to support the prize pool for this whole thing, yeah, there is one, and it's $1,490. We will be paying the top 8 because we have exceeded our top 8 goal. Thanks to everybody who has helped make this possible. This has been a very fun tournament, And if you want to pile on and add more to the prize pool, you can use the Matcherino command if you're in chat right now. That will bring up some links. The one that says TM or tap or whatever, that is the one. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in. Click on that. It'll open up a little dialog box with some selections. And Twitch is in there. YouTube is in there. And you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. Once you're in, the contribute button, it's mustard colored, and you click on it and you can contribute from there. Thanks again to everybody who has supported the prize pool. So that's how to support the players. To support the channel, go to patreon.com/monthly Tetris, just like these people have done. They have all made an ongoing pledge of support to help keep this channel going. They love Classic Tetris Monthly. They want it to continue. So if you're like these people, then be like these people and make an ongoing pledge of support at patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Scott Gray, Jay in the window, K9 Tacky, Corporal, Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Kakit, Mila, and Jason. They're doing a little extra, and thank you. Oh, do we still have codes left in this? Oh my God, I don't even want to know that we still have codes in Tap Masters. I don't even want to know. If there are, please go and do them. All right, that is how to support the channel. You can also do it with supers on YouTube, subs on Twitch, bits on Twitch, memberships everywhere. You know what to do. Just do it. Don't make me beg. Just help us out. All right. Do we really still have codes in Tap Masters? Oh, that might be from something else. That might be from Das Masters, actually. Oh, so I'm not sure why. I guess we didn't do any codes in Tap Masters. That's weird. Well, anyway, I guess I could submit it at the last minute for codes. I guess I never submitted Tap Masters. All right, I'm going to submit it right now. Maybe we'll get them in time for the finals. We'll see. I guess I never did. Anyway, we had a contribution to the prize pool. Myth Power is gonna get us up to 1,500 even. Thank you, Myth Power. Really appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and bring over our game scene. We'll refresh our players, and we'll see what we gotta do. TM, where are we? TM 30 and TM 6 is where we're at. Buff 4 Eyes with the $100 contribution to the prize pool. That gets us up to $1,600. Thank you, Buff. That is very, very generous. 16. Get it, kiddos, says Buff. Thank you so much. That's wild. All right, let's go find... all right, Dog is here too. That's good. Myth Power says, enough of this 1490 ugly number. Thank you, Myth. I agree. Thank you very much. Scooty's tap motion is a bit unusual. Looks more like wiggling than tapping. Yeah, it's still a jitter click, and he's just kind of doing a side attack to the D-pad. It still certainly falls within the guidelines, so... It's still jitter. It still directly addresses the D-pad. So he's found a more efficient way to travel, to use that finger to travel and on the D-pad. So there's nothing saying he can't do that. As long as he's not raking. You see, we do not allow raking. Bro, this guy's straight up rolling. All right, so we're just going to wait on Dog. He needs about a minute. And while I'm doing that, I'll just take a moment to remind you that, like, tomorrow there is a regional tournament in Minnesota, and they're doing it Right now, they're actually doing qualifying right now. I'm going to play that tournament tomorrow. I don't know if there'll be additional qualifying tomorrow, but if you are in the Minneapolis region and you can go to the Doubletree Bloomington, Minnesota, you could be part of it. They're going to be streaming it over at twitch.tv/classic Tetris. So, ready for SPS. Okay, looks like Dog is ready. We're going to go ahead and give the pieces to the players. So the pieces have landed 40B2A2. Dog says BLHF. Bad luck. Have fun. Bad luck is crazy. I mean, you don't want your opponent to win. So what the heck? Why not? Not gonna wish luck for a wiggler. Oh no, wiggle tapping. The wiggles. Wow. Oh my goodness. Well, on that fun note, let's get these players started. Dog versus Bluescuti. They have both signaled ready. They are both on seat, so I say let's get them underway. This is a top 8 match. Tap Masters, Dog versus Bluescuti. The winner makes it into the semifinals to face JDMFX. K9 watching Tetris with 3, 2, 1 countdown bits. Thank you so much. 3, 2, 1 Tetris. On the left side of your screen. I mean, do I even have to introduce these players? I mean, everybody knows who these players are, right? Do I have to introduce them? On the left side of your screen, it is Dog playing Tetris, an 11-time CTM master. That includes wins in our Lone Star event. It includes a win in Mega Masters this year. And it includes 9 wins in our monthly tournaments. He's also a 2-time CTWC world champion. He's made it into the top 4, 5 out of the 6 years that he's played into in CTWC. He qualified into this tournament with a 1.21 million average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. And so in virtue of this top 6 seeding, he got a 2-round bye. So he got to start in the round of 16, which is actually kind of crazy. But that's the advantage. High qualifier. You get to start high in the tournament. You could skip 2 rounds. So Dog defeated Trap Zone in the round of 16 to make it here to the top 8. Dog's got an overall, Dog's got a tap PB of 1.40 million. Very few people that have a 1.4. He was ranked number 4 in the Premier Pool coming into this tournament. Does not include the August results, since this is a July tournament. And he's the current overall score world record holder with a 29.4 million. 8th game crasher. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can say about Dog. Oh, 5th in the Jonas Cup as well in 2024. On the right side of your screen, Bluescuti qualified into seed number 30 with a 1.09 million. Coming into the tournament, I think he had a 1.36 million tapping PB. He has since gotten a 1.4. There's like around 10 people that have a 1.4 with tapping. So he has joined that club. He was number 2 in the Premier Poll coming into this tournament. July results. First game crasher. He is a 6-time Masters winner. That includes 5 of our monthly Masters and 1 win at Lone Star. He's been in CTWC Gold Bracket 3 times, twice in the top 4. 438 for Dog, 422 for Bluescuti. I don't know where to pull. Guess I'll pull that. $506 Dog, 448 for Scooty. In addition to Dog's 11 CTM wins, which ties him, by the way, for the all-time CTM wins with Corian. He also won DAS Masters twice, so a master of multiple styles, trying to add a Tap Masters to his resume. He's the winner of our stupid Tetris Monthly No Next Box event that just wrapped up a bit ago. The Dog was the winner of that. Trying to add that Tap Masters. If so, he would be obviously the first winner of Tap Masters, but he would have, a rolling win, a DAS win, and a tap win, which is, and a stupid win. So that's what he's going for here. So Bluescuti also, that 30 seed, I think he's improved as a tapper since the qualifying. He had to start all the way in round 1, defeated Tetris Time, Opox, and the number 3 seed Maisie to come here in the seed 30 and have a shot at the semis. Both players on insane paces right now. 667 for Dog, 632 for Bluescuti. As we get super close on to 19, Scooty is into 19 at 633. Dog gets a Tetris 696 now on 19. He's still on 19 with a 702. But not a great board, and this is hyper tapping, so these players do not have the benefit of rolling, so they're not going to be able to get pieces up as high, as fast, to the left or right. Scooty with a good board gets a Tetris 714. Dog still trying to fight his board down. Anime Cat says, I'm hoping to be a top DAS player someday. Yeah, me too. Dirty Tetris for Dog. Oh, he's going to kind of pull back that long bar. That gets him Tetris ready, but he's going to have to just kind of... Yeah, he's going to have to figure out a way. Okay, he's Tetris ready again. He chops it down. I think he's just going to chop this whole thing down. Now, remember, level 29 going to kick in at 230 lines and not nearly as playable with hyper tapping as it is with rolling. So, you might see some players, go a few levels deep past 29. But it's not something you can count on. $780 for Dog, $884 for Bluescuti. So Dog down by 100,000 points. So he's, again, you cannot count on post 29. So he's really, you can see him going for center wells, dirty wells, and things like that. Trying to avoid burning as much as he can because he's still back by 100,000 points. And these droughts will really kill you in the run up to 29 because you're counting on bars coming in so that you can stage your comeback. And if the bars don't come, then you have no chance. 917 for Dog, 983 for Bluescuti. I think it's kind of an argument for trying to be aggressive early and get out to a lead, because if you do run into a drought, then, as the player in the lead, you don't mind as much. In a way, that kind of shortens the game for you if you're in the lead. So that kind of, in a way, it's not to your benefit necessarily, but it certainly doesn't benefit your opponent in any way. B21 for Bluescuti. He's on 28. A25 for Dog. He's got 2 more Tetrises available. And we'll see what these players have for the 29 phase. Scooty's board getting up high. Long bar goes in. He's trying to avoid taking that. Okay, he didn't want to take that as a burn. He got it as a Tetris. And now Scooty is tapping here on 29. That left side is going to be pretty hard. C01 for Scooty. A76 for Dog. And that is not going to be survivable for Dog. Dog will top out. Scooty is good in game number 1. And I realized I didn't program any of my buttons properly, so I got to do this all manually. Watch Scooty, see what he can do. He's on level 31. And look at this guy. I don't wear yourself out there, buddy. Then maybe Dog is saying, no, do wear yourself out. Yes. Anyway, thanks again for those 3, 2, 1 countdown bits from K9 Buff for Eyes. Thanks again for that tier 1 sub. Scooty still going. What is happening? Do we need a 39 cap? Just let Moya into the tournament at this point? What the heck? Level 35 for Scooty. 1 line short of the 300 lines. Level 35. Chat, is this SOT? Titra says we might have to invest it. Well, I don't know. It's one. I don't know. It seems like it's okay. What is the tap combined score world record? I don't know. All right, looks like both players are ready. 3C9, 394. go ahead and get it started. Game number 2, Scooty versus Dog. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, we are underway here in game 2. We will need wiggling tournaments, Mandy. I don't know. All right, 143 for Scooty, 166 for Dog. Stanislaw says, all I know is tonight I had CTM on the TV, and for the first time, my 3.5-year-old said, let's go Scooty, unprompted, and I'm so proud. Oh my God. It's like the Corian kid 2025. You needed to record it, right? 219 for Scooty, 269 for Doug. We got her saying, let's go Scooty in the Bluescuti shirt around CTWC time. Is that the OG Bluescuti shirt that's worth like multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars on eBay? All right, so Dog's on TikTok right now. $383 for Dog, $335 for Bluescuti. Dog is literally TikToking right now. $382 for Scooty, $430 for Dog. All right, Scooty gonna put that long bar into that fake line spin setup. $435 for Scooty, $508 for Doug. Tetris for Scooty into 19 at 577. Dog, 600,000 gets a long bar in 624. All right, Dog trying to clean up here on 21. Long bar over. Tetris, Dog 719. Scooty still cleaning up. Tetris, Scooty 694. Stack is clean. Oh, Scooty getting up pretty high here. Gets a triple and a Tetris to stay alive. Really, at the last possible moment. 738 for him. 857 for Dog. Left well Tetris for Dog. 888. Tetris Dog 921. He's got a good lead here. 140,000. Another Tetris Dog. There's a Tetris Dog max out on 27. Scooty 856. Almost 150,000 point lead at the same line count. There's a Tetris Scooty. Dog is open in column 9. He's going to get the bar in. He's into 29 at B11. Dog trying to pile on some points here. That left side looks pretty tough. He's going to try to eke out whatever points he can. That's going to be a top out at B17. And I think Scooty is topping out as well. So Scooty, Dog going to get one back and tie up the match. GG's. The Dog pacing hard pretty much that whole thing and maintained that 150,000 point lead for a while. 9-1, E1, E8. Treba says, did I miss the Zrobot debut? You did. It was a good match. You should go back and watch it. (9-1, 8-1, E8). Vandy, I did it. My new cockatiel shows up on the 9th. LOL. Cockatiel or cocktail? All right, looks like both players are ready. Game number 3. Well, it was once a best of 5, now a best of 3. Easy Peasy 03 just subbed on Twitch. Thank you, Easy Peasy. Prime sub. Tetris Scooty. There's a Tetris dog looking for a J to clap this away. Gets it. Sets up again. There's a Tetris dog at 149. 152 for Scooty. As we get underway in game number 3. There's a Tetris dog. There's one Scooty. All right, there's a dirty double Scooty. That's going to help him open up that right side. Scooty ahead by about 2 Tetrises. There's a Tetris dog. Now the lines are tied, so yeah, about a 1 Tetris lead for Scooty. Dog's most recent Masters win was in May of 2025. The month before that, he also won Mega Masters. Bluescuti's most recent win was in February of 2025. They've also faced each other twice in the finals of the Masters event. It was in January. 3 times. January of this year, no cap November, and in September of 2024. So in the finals of Masters, Scooty is 2-1. Dog won the no cap, and Scooty won the other 2. 489 for Scooty, 471 for Dog. Tetris Scooty 560. Dog takes a double and a Tetris and another Tetris. Scooty 584 into 19. Dog trying to squeeze out two more Tetrises before 19. There's one 565. And another Tetris. Dog 589. So Dog will have the higher 19 transition. Scooty up kind of high here. Oh, ends up that right side. That could be really tough for Scooty right now. Oh, and he's going to hang a bar, and Scooty's going to top out, I think, here at 614. So Dog is going to need to get to 615. So yeah, Scooty hung that bar on the right, and there was just nothing he could do. So Dog in a very mild chase down. And yeah, that is going to do it. Does not need to get to 615. He just needs to beat the score. But we give the simplified target because it's easier to understand. But yeah, Dog is good with the 614, 680. Dog goes up 2 games to 1. Lori H says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get our channel out there. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Lori. I know Lori is such a trooper. Not only is she like literally watching this event on her smartwatch, she's also typing to promote the channel in her smartwatch. Like, she's trying to get all you guys to stop, sitting there. You can't even hit a thumb picture. All right, let's get him started. Game number 4, Dog and Scooty. Game 4, 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Yeah, so she's not only literally watching the thing on her smartwatch, she's also chatting, saying, please, everyone, please like and subscribe and join the channel as a member and all these things. I mean, Lori is doing the most, let me tell you. So thank you, Lori. Yeah, I mean, this lady is doing all this stuff on her smartwatch. Meanwhile, people are like, I'm on mobile. I can't pin the seat. I mean, this lady's got like a 1-inch square screen because it won't let us. I don't know. Lori found a way. Lori has found a way to do what she wants to do. All right, Tetris for Scooty, 116, 114 through 20 for Doug. He's going to take his first burn. All right, Scooty setting up dirty. Long bar in, dirty Tetris achieved. Tetris Dog, 161, 142, Scooty. Bendy says, Vandy, I'm on mobile and there's a very clear button to pin something. You're trolling me, right? No, I mean, that's true, right? Oh, Bendy, you're 100% right. There's a clear, obvious button to pin something. You don't believe Bendy? Bendy, very credible. 207, Dog. He gets a Tetris, 230. Scooty, down stacking. Tetris Dog 253. Scooty now getting set up. He is set up. The long bar comes over. There's a Tetris. And K9 watching Tetris with a contribution into the prize pool of $123.45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from K9 watching Tetris. Thank you so much. That gets us up to $1,723.45. Lori says, no, I'm supporting Yetris. Doesn't matter how. All right, please continue supporting Yetris, Lori. Thank you. So anyway, thanks again, K9 watching Tetris, for the very generous contribution to that prize pool. This prize pool is getting more attention than I anticipated. 313 for Scooty. Lori says, I said Tetris, damn it. And then retracted the message. I said Tetris, damn it. All right, 437 for Dog. 381 Scooty. There's a Tetris for both. The Dog maintaining about a 56,000 point lead. It's about 2.5 Tetrises. Mari says she is finding a way on that watch, all right, Vandy. Laugh bear. Thank you, Lori. 506 Dog. He's set up again. Tetris for him, 529 through 98. This is pretty good pace, Dog. Julia says, what the... Oh, I almost said the F word. WTF, Mari, how are you in both chats? Imagine being in both chats. Tetris for Scooty, 544. Dog gets up a little bit high, a little spiry, but that's okay. Gets it around, gets Tetris. And another one. So same line count, and Dog's still up by like 52,000 points when the lines are tied. 2.5-ish Tetrises. All right, we are headed into 19. Both players getting a little droughted. Scooty kind of up high here. The long bar gets over. Dog up a little high. Oh no, what can he get over? The bar gets over for Dog. 665 for him. Still needs to bring this down a little bit more. His stack, I won't say shambles, but there's definitely gaps in multiple rows and columns. Swiss cheesy. And this might allow Bluescuti to cut into this lead a bit. And Dog down stacking. Doing a great job here of it. And I got to be honest, I thought one or both of these players were going to top out. And yet here they are, still going. Oh no, that right side for Scooty. That is high, but yeah, he gets a bar over. He brought it down just a couple of rows, which was enough. $693 Tetris for Scooty, $679. Dog trying to get stacked back up for a Tetris. All right, he is now built up again. Scooty now in the lead, but Scooty, of course, also ahead by 7 lines. So, all right, there's a Tetris for Dog, 728. Here's one for Scooty. There's one for both. Tetris for Dog, 789. Scooty at 783. Again, still ahead by like 6-7 lines. All right, Dog flat now. Tetris for Dog, 824. There's one Scooty. Skimming a Tetris there for Dog, 887. 818 for Scooty. That left side for Scooty is tough. So he's got, and he gets a bar over. And he's got some holes in the stack. By the way, 2222 Canadian Super Chat from Dano222. Thank you, Dano. Really appreciate that. And also, N-Dog TKD with the $100 Super Chat says, good luck to all the competitors. Always amazing to watch. So thank you to both of our Super Chatters for supporting the channel. Dog's going to get a Tetris, but that left side, yeah, it's going to need some attention. He gets a couple Tetrises to bring this down. Dog is the first one with the max out. A24 for him. 933 for Scooty. They're one line apart. Dog almost 100,000 points ahead when the lines are tied. And Scooty one line away. He's going to burn into 29. He's got stuff stacked up on that right side, so he should be able to burn for some extra points here. Dog with a Tetris into 29 at 1.1. He's got about 150,000 point lead. Scooty trying to fight here on 29. Dog is setting up for a center well Tetris and is going to knock it in. B44 for him. That could be a very critical Tetris depending on what Scooty's able to do to downstack here. And, oh no, that is going to be a top out for Dog at B51. So he's sitting, watching, and waiting to see what Scooty can do. And I don't think Scooty's going to be able to do anything here. That is going to be a top out for Scooty. And Dog is going to take this one 3 games to 1. So what a matchup between these two. Bluescuti won the first one. Dog comes, I'm not going to say barking, but roaring back to win 3 in a row. All those dog puns are so old. But Dog is going to take this one. What a match. And yeah, that means Dog playing Tetris will be taking on Joseph Saley in the semifinals. Dog, quite a roll. He won Stupid Tetris Monthly, and now he is in the semifinals of Tap Masters. He's 2 wins away from taking this down, as are the rest of our competitors. GG Bluescuti, you did great. Congratulations to you. I don't know what to make of this wiggling thing, but we'll have to take a look. We'll have to take a hard look at it, but you did amazing. Seems good to me so far, but we'll take a look. But yeah, look at that. Pioneering new play styles, sort of ish. Wiggling and knuckling and all these other things people are doing with their stupid hands. Who knows? But Dog, you are in. Let's go ahead and report this to the proper Tetris authorities so that I don't have the FBI sent to my house and say, oh, you're withholding Tetris results that are vital to the nation. So anyway, thank you, by the way, again, to the super chatters in this channel. Obviously, I'm commentating the match and managing the stream. So, I'm trying to do that. But really, N-Dog, thank you so much for that $100 super chat. That was amazing. And Dano222, thank you so much for the 2222 Canadian. Really appreciate that. That was amazing. So let us take a look at our rounded out semi-finals. Now, this is our top 8. This is everybody who's getting paid. Everyone here is in the prize pool. In the big 2025 Dog versus Joseph. So yeah, you're in the semi-finals. There are besides Jonas, the other multiple time CTWC winners are in this semifinal bracket, because it was Harry won one in between Jonas's run, right? So Jonas wins 7. Dog wins back to back. 2020, 22 Eric, then Fractal, and then Alex and Alex. So the three, besides Jonas, the other multi-time CTWC world champions are in this Final Four. And also Coster's hanging out as well. So there you go. No, Coster is an amazing tapper. So you think Coster, true. Jasmine says Coster wins the next two CTWCs. Don't put it past him, y'all. Do not put it past him. So what a semifinals. I mean, that was a great match, Scooty and Dog. I just want to see, have Dog and Joseph played? Dog and Joseph played according to Liquipedia. They played in the one time in the WPL Tetris Open #2. That was the old Beast and Shen series. It was kind of the first series to have the matcherinos in it, which is where everybody got forced into having matcherinos. So forward thinking by Beast and Shen. And they played in the finals. And these were kind of like occasional, like one night tournaments that were like 8-player tournaments. And they played in the finals. And Joseph Saley beat Dog 3-2 in that event. That was back in January 2021. How did they never play in CTM? Because their careers didn't really overlap too much. It was really just that early 2021 where it really could have happened, right? So, but they've not. This will be their first meeting in CTM, and I mean, what a matchup this is going to be in Tap Masters. Very excited for that. So, all right, what we've got coming up next, and I think this is when it's supposed to start, right? Let me just check schedule. All right, so we're right on time. Right now, we're going to do Masters Pink Top 16. Let's just keep it right here. This is going to be kind of a janky VOD on YouTube, but I don't feel like stopping and whatever. We'll just figure it out. So, yeah, I mean, Tap Masters has been a great tournament. And thanks again to everybody who contributed to that prize pool. We're up to 1723.45. We had contributions into this prize pool, 123.45 from K9 watching Tetris. We had $100 from Buff for Eyes. Myth Power kind of unlocked the contributions to the prize pool again with that $10 getting us to 1,500 flat. So appreciate that. We have so many people contributing to this prize pool. Thank you so very much. I mean, great success this tournament. But anyway, we're going to get that scheduled. We'll figure out when it is, and you will know. I mean, I will announce it in Discord and put it on the schedule when that is going to be. So thank you to the people who contributed to the prize pool. And thank you to those who supported the stream during the Tap Masters. Buff, Easy Peasy, the Twitch sub membership, Ravioli, Twitch Bits, K9, Super Chats, Dano, and N Dog. Again, thank you so very much. And patrons, thank you for supporting the channel and making sure it can continue. Scott Gray, J, K9, Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim, Emerald, Potato, Cacat, Mila, Jason. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna take a moment here and flop on over. I gotta deconstruct the Tap Masters scene. So if you want to watch live jank right now, I'm just gonna stay right here. Is there a schedule for the next Tap Masters? Like the next overall Tap Masters? I don't know. A few months, something like that. Not sure when. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times a year. But yeah, as far as the next, when the semis and finals are going to be, it depends. I got to go to schedule that right now because we schedule it based on player availability. All right. So let me decompose this scene here. Get rid of number 6 in the tap slots. Get rid of number 30 in the tap slot. And just hygienically, I like to reset the Scores, back to that. Okay. That's good. It's going to be a semifinal is the next one, right? So you're just watching my regular process, right? So there you go. All right, so Tap Master Scene is ready for next time. Now, let's switch over to Masters. And let's see, who is it? It's Seed. Let me check. Yeah, Seed 6 on the left. Pink. Nope. Whoa, what happened? Why did that happen? Why did Dan V come up? Oh, I know what I did. Yeah, give me a minute. I gotta fix something here. That's crazy that happened. All right, but let me bring up Cobra on the right side. I could oh wait, well, I could just put Cobra. This is gonna really cause me. All right, maybe this is gonna be the most efficient thing to do. All right, this goes against all CTM logic, but we're gonna put Cobra on the left and Knight on the right. It'll just save me from having to make new graphics on the fly. So I made an error of making the graphics for this. So I meant to put Dan on 8, but I put him on 6 for some reason. So we're just gonna do it this way, and we'll be okay with it. It's gonna really mess me up though. Knight rhymes with right. True. All right, let me go ahead and refresh both these players. Here, I'm just gonna bring you up some pre-roll for a second here, y'all, while I sort this out. Is that headshot of me from like 2 years ago? Well, were you at CTWC this year? I don't know where I got that. You have a headshot from C? I'll find it if you have one. Shout out to the staff and volunteers making it so amazing. So make it so we can watch this. You're amazing. You got one at CTWC. All right, I'll find it and update it next time. It's gonna be fun when we do like, you know, once this is all gone and we do the CTM reunion and we bring back some of the players, and we can use their old headshots. That'll be fun. He's like, here's what you look like 10 years ago, because Vandy still hasn't updated the graphics. All right, Cobra on that squish cam. We'll get it fixed. Living that squish life. We got a great shot of Cobra's ceiling, so that's good, but no controller. That's fine. That's good. A lot of ceiling, no controller. It's great. And then we'll go find Knight, who I think is streaming, so that's good. We're getting there. All right, you're watching all the jank right now, or listening to it anyway. All right, so Knight is here. I think Knight has the best background. All right, so game 2 camera. Let's make that blue and blue. All right. Color match that blue. All right, beautiful. Color match that blue. Beautiful. Wow, it's like we're really there. The Cobra photo, never change it. All right. I will never change it. All right, all right, everybody. Well, we are back to Masters, so I do want to make sure that I remind you of a couple things. Remember, we are doing level 18 starts. Level 39 super kill screen, uncapped score, same piece set re-rolled. If you experience tech issues, just keep playing. Assume your game will count, and do not pause to ask for further instructions. Just keep playing, and I will give you the instructions when I notice the problem. Okay? That's what you need to know. Prize pool. Use the Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. Would love to make our $2,000 incentive so we can pay the top 8 here in Masters. Oh, Laurie, my goodness, you got to go off on a call. Too bad. Sorry. But thanks for hanging out, Laurie. Appreciate it. Anyway, use the Matcherino command to contribute to this 100% fan-funded prize pool. That'll bring up some links. Click on the one that says Masters or ME. That'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you can click to bring up the login thing. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. And once you're in, there's a mustard-colored button that says Contribute. And guess what? You click on that to contribute. And thanks, everybody who's contributed to this prize pool so far. And we're getting kind of near the end, so we'd love to make some progress on this prize pool as well. Just to give you a sense of what we're doing, guys, we are going to go ahead and play this Knight versus Cobra. And then the winner of that will take on Bluescuti for a semifinal spot. That is what we're doing. 2 matches, guys. And again, thanks to the patrons. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris to make an ongoing pledge of support. Scott, Jay, K9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy, Dan, Kim M, Rogue Potato, Cacket, Mila, Jason, and everyone else helping to keep this channel going. All right. Well, players, I believe it is time. N-Dog says, pump the Masters prize pool up to 600 and I'll add another 100. Let's start getting these goals met. So you heard N-Dog, everybody. I've said it out loud. This N-Dog is over on YouTube. Get the prize pool up to 6 and I'll add another 100. So we're $65 away from getting another $100 added to the prize pool. So if you want to make that happen, then let's get it to 6. Thank you, N-Dog, for the challenge. Appreciate that. Okay, we'll see how my semi-broken in controller holds up. Probably not well. Well, this is good. You got 2 players who have chronic controller issues, so we'll see how this goes. Players, I'm going to go ahead and give you some pieces. Sorry, Knight. I hope we didn't get that Celsius going out your nose. Is that Celsius? I don't know what that is. You're good. It is. All right. Look at that. I can identify what, prestige beverages, you know, from very little evidence. What a skill. I have nothing else I can do. I can't do anything else in life, but I can like semi-competently run a Tetris stream and I can identify beverages. Knight, go grab some Fahrenheit instead. How do you break in a controller? You just beat it against the ground. You just beat it. All right, D19, 3E6. Both players are on seat. As soon as they both signal ready, we can get started. You have to put oil on it and put it under your mattress. That is a baseball glove there, goat. That is a baseball. You got to put a baseball in it and then just wrap it around, put it in the oven. All right, looks like both players are ready. This is the CTM Masters event. This is a top 16 match between Cobra and Knight. The winner will move on to the top 8 to face Bluescuti for a chance for the semifinals. So let's go ahead and get them started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Cobra. Wow. Cobra qualified in to this tournament with a 1.499 average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. In virtue of his top 16 seed, Cobra got to skip round 1 and then defeated Shadow Knight in round 2, and now gets to face Heyo Knight in round 3. So Cobra trying to say good night to Knight in consecutive rounds. Cobra from the US of A has a PB of 4.66 million. That is a top 20 score in the most recent Premier poll. Cobra is ranked 13th best competitive Tetris player. That is a ranking of Tetris players that is done on the back of a poll run by Pumpy Heart. And you can find the full results over at premierpoll.com, Premier with an E at the end. Cobra is a 3-time Mega Masters player, finished in the top 16 this year. That was his best finish ever in Mega Masters. He's been in the semifinals of our Lone Star event. That was in 2024. He's a winner of a Challenger circuit. That was in November 2024, the last Challenger circuit that we did, or, I don't know if it's the last ever. We might go back to it. Who knows? Cobra, also a 2-time gold bracket player in CTWC, made it into the top 8 this year and also won the Boston Regional in 2025. That is Cobra. 213. Now 236 for Cobra, 254 for Knight. And on the left side of your screen, it is Knight, who qualified in with a 1.57 million. And in virtue of her top 8 qualifier, she got to skip round 1 and round 2. So this is her first match in this tournament. And yeah, huge advantage for the top 8 qualifiers in the Masters event. You do not have to play the first 2 rounds. You start right off in the top 16. Or the round of 16, which is pretty good. So Knight is a Canadian. So if you're keeping a list of Canadians, you can add Knight to that list. 349 for Knight, 311 for Cobra. Knight with a PB of 3.49 million. That is a top 25 score on the leaderboard. Knight was ranked number 16 in the most recent Premier poll. And yeah, Knight trying to got a big snarl over in the left half of the board. So Knight could really use a long bar, or at least have some burns here. And yes, the long bar gets over. There's a Tetris. So now she's playing a little B-type, but it's not that bad B-type. Those are big gaps. And once they're exposed, they should, clear away and, seed pretty easily to a good number of pieces there. So we'll see how that goes. 435 Knight, 409 from Cobra. Anyway, Knight was ranked number 16 on that Premier poll. Also ranked 19 on the DAS list. Knight is the winner of our future circuit. That was back in February of 2022. Also, high finishes in tournaments and regionals this year at Genesis, both in the Open and DAS tournaments, where she was third place in both of those at Genesis. Knight has been in Mega Masters 2 times and finished in the top 16 this year, and has been in CTWC Gold Bracket 3 times. And Knight, don't listen to this part, went out to Dan V twice. But then went out to Meme this year, which is far more respectable. 524 for Knight, 532 for Cobra. Knight's highest finish in Classic Tetris Monthly, the monthlies, was in June, where she made it into the top 16, and she could eclipse that if she moves on to the top 8. Tetris for Knight, 622, 567 for Cobra. Yeah, we should have a command with a, just list of Canadians. Just so we can make sure. We got to keep track of these Canadians. They're very sketchy here. We got to make sure we know who they all are. Plus, we got to assess them tariffs for playing in CTM. So, yeah, we should probably start keeping that list. 707 for Knight, 652 for Cobra. All right, Knight going to get that spin down there. Tuck. Okay, finally finds that J piece to tuck. Is set up for a Tetris. And there we go. Long bar down Tetris for Knight. And take that triple. Now she's working one row off the bottom. And is set up. 748. There's a Tetris. 777. 689 for Cobra. He's set up and gets one. 719. They're one line apart. 60,000 points apart. And now Knight into level 24. Tetris is worth 30,000 points. Tetris Ozone said, who won between Scooty and Dog? It was Dog. Sorry for the spoilers. $872 for Knight, $809 for Cobra. So Knight level 26. There's a Tetris Knight, 976. Cobra would love to get a T, but yeah, having a T-spin setup is almost as bad as having a Tetris well in terms of getting the right piece. I mean, it's probably actually exactly as bad. But it just seems like the game knows and just doesn't give it to you. So Cobra, kind of diving board, kind of, extra spin situation on that left side. Trying to clean that up. Could use a bar, the skim of the bar. It fills out that left side, so a little bit of work to do to uncover. Then he should be okay before 29. And Knight could really use a bar. There's a Tetris into 29 at A42. And that S piece to the left, that is problematic. So we'll see what Knight can do. Wow, and pieces flinging around. And that's going to be a top out at A52. So Cobra with a chase down A53. Needs to get to A53 to chase these down. He's got forever and a day. Tetris is here worth, 37,200. Now 38,400. So well within Tetris, being able to get a Tetris and take this down. But he's not going to take any chances. He's just kind of singling and doubling it out. And he's good. Cobra is good, and we'll take game number 1. New pieces, players. And the pieces are 9-1, B7, 6F. Cobra says, never go for the Tetrises during an early 29 chase down. BRB. Okay. Cobra will BRB, guys. So Knight, if you want to take a moment, you can take a moment as well. I'm gonna run an ad. Why not? I haven't run any ads. I'm gonna run an ad real quick. So we have an active challenge, by the way, prize pool challenge over on YouTube. Ndog, who contributed $100 to the channel by a super chat, also said that they would contribute $100 to the prize pool if we got to 600 during the stream, and we have had no movement to that so far. So if you're going to contribute anyway to this prize pool, you may as well do it now, because you are helping an extra 100 into the prize pool that would not already be there. So you couldn't time it any better. If you're waiting till the end, don't wait till the end. Do it now so we don't lose out on that extra $100. You got 1, 2, 5, 10, whatever you were planning on putting in there, put it in now so we lock in that extra $100 courtesy of Ndog. Okay, so it looks like both players are here, and the seed is pinned by Winter. Thank you, Winter. And by the way, Winter, thanks for not making me say Wintera every time, because, every syllable burns energy here. So why is my camera quality bad again, says Cobra? I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. 9-1, B7, 6F. Both players are ready. Game number 2. Cobra up 1-0. Knight looking to tie it up in game 2. I missed the on-screen celebration and the gigantifying of an emote from K9 in the previous stream. By the way, I don't always see those, and they don't show up in the alerts on screen. So yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you. There's also a Das Masters that is happening. It's going to be Chroma versus Alex. And this is happening in 2.5 hours. So that is 12:30 a.m. here in Texas. So 30 minutes after midnight. Thank you, Zempro. Appreciate that. So I forgot to mention that. Das Masters Top 16, it's Chroma versus Alex Thatch. And that's happening in 2.5 hours. So again, thank you, Zempro. And we have a lot of Tetris tomorrow as well. We've got We've got a lot of Das Masters. Torja versus Nenu. AV Geek versus Merker. This is all top 16. Or most of, or a lot of it is. Then we're going to have Leo versus Tugi. And then Gold versus Bendy. These are all solo matches from different parts of the tournament. Basically running from 11 a.m. to about 3 p.m. So you get a good 4 hours of just random Das Masters matches from across the brackets. Vandy working overtime, says Pixelandy. Yeah, you bet. When I went to bed Thursday night, there was nothing on Saturday. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a Saturday off. I'm not going to schedule anything. And then I wake up and everything starts pouring in. I'm like, 557 from Robin. That gets us up to 540.69. Thank you, Robin. Really appreciate that. Curie just said, notice they are reversed relative to their seeds. Yeah, I had a graphical mix-up, and I would have had to make new graphics to put them in the proper CTM canonical order. So I just said, screw it, and went out of order. So. But it kind of works out because I don't have to reverse Cobra's camera. So that's good too. 267 for Cobra, 304 for Knight. So Knight ahead by over 50,000 points. It's 2 Tetrises and change. There's a Tetris for each. And another Tetris for each. So Knight maintaining this lead. So yeah, if you're a Das Masters fan, tomorrow is all Das Masters. So far. So far. We'll wait to see what I wake up to. Tetris Cobra 431. Knight is set up for a dirty column 7. 1 row off the bottom. Gets it. And set up again. Center, column 5. Gets it. And Knight's going to take a few burns trying to get that Tetris well back over to column 10 where it belongs. Andy Coe with the $20 contribution. Thank you, Andy. Gets us up to 560. We are $40 away from 600 and an extra $100 put into the prize pool by N-Dog. So if you're someone who is planning on contributing to the prize pool at some point, now is a great time to do it because you're going to unlock extra money that we wouldn't have otherwise gotten. So there's no better time to do it than now. Don't wait till the finals. A lot of people like to show off. Hey, do it during the finals. Excited. Do it now so we get that extra 100. 629 for Knight. 532 for Cobra. $653 entry into 19 for Knight. That is a big transition score. Other Tetris Knight 702 still on 19 actually. And now same line count Knight up 100,000 points. Robin and stuff at YouTube. Let's get to 600 so N-Dog owes us an extra hundo. Stream name needs updating. Yeah, I decided to just do it on this. I'm not going to update the name of it. I mean, I guess I could update the name of the stream. It's better this way because if I had gone offline, then YouTube, it would have been worse. Just YouTube is annoying for live streams that are close together when I use Restreamio. So it just kind of doesn't work exactly right. Okay, 793 Cobra, 878 for Knight. Oh, Knight gonna go. No, not gonna go for it. Takes that triple. $961 Cobra, $991 Knight. So Cobra has closed the gap a bit. Max out for Knight. Fractal's former roommate, 3930, gets us up to 599.99. So we need 1 penny. What a memer. Fractal 7th roommate. A64 Cobra, A94 Knight. Both players on pace for a 1.1 million transition. There's a Tetris for Cobra. He's got the 1.1. Knight's got it. Now, assuming they get to the transition, they'll have it. So we are 1 cent away from unlocking the $100 contribution from N-Dog. Cobra going to transition into 29, up pretty high here, and I don't know what he's going to do. And what he's going to do is top out. And what Knight is going to do is tie it up. So Knight, you've done it. You've tied it up. So yeah, anyone could put in like a dollar and unlock $100. 31 EC 88. If only we had more contribution codes. Or someone could do a sponsor quest to get it in there. I think that sponsor quest does 26 cents. I'll just do it. Should I just do it? I'll just do it. All right. Subscribe. I have subscribed. So does that put it in there? Oh. Someone put in a penny. Someone put in a penny. It was Tetris who put in a penny. The pieces are here. 31 EC 88 Winter pinned it. Thank you. So that's it. And time to pay up. It has been unlocked. I don't even know what I just subscribed to. I don't care. But I subscribed to it. That penny just cost me 52 cents. Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. Because there's a little bit of a fee, you know. It's so stupid, Tyler. I love it. Nate Swanson has kicked in $200. So thank you, Nate. I'm assuming that's you. All right. 31EC88. 31EC88. All right, let's go ahead and get these players started. Game number 3. It was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 between these two players. So, Nate, if that's you, thank you. And if it's not you, you can just take credit for it. You can just say, "Oh yeah, that was me. I came through on my promise," right? You just totally steal it if you want to. So thank you, Nate. We are now up to 800. Nate says, "Man, might as well double it." Thank you, ndog/Nate. And thanks everybody who contributed to make that happen. Really appreciate it. So now we're up to 800. So now we're feeling a little better at where the prize pool stands. That extra 100 is basically from me for my penny sacrifice. Yeah, I mean, Tyler ultimately was the one who did it. So we should probably give pretty much like 95% of the credit to Tetris. $119 for Knight. 101 for Cobra. You should give me 95% credit and also $95. I wish I had 95 to give you, Tetris. All right, a skimming a Tetris. Cobra 127. There's one for Knight 147. So they're 3,000 points apart, 4 lines apart. Now when the lines are tied, Knight is ahead by 19,000. So all right, we unlocked that extra prize pool thing. Everyone came through, did their part. Appreciate it. I'm doing my part, missing a Red Sox Yankees matchup for you guys. Ndog says on YouTube, one final challenge before I have to go to bed. You get to 900, I'll put in another 100. So, guys, if you basically the next $100. We got to get all 100 of it will be matched by Ndog. Why are all these different dog named people contributing to the prize pool? It's crazy. But Nate says if we get to 900, he'll put in another 100. So again, if you were considering contributing to that prize pool and you think you're going to do it by the end of the tournament anyway, may as well do it now. Oh, Cobra getting up very high here. Oh my goodness. This is very uncomfortable. Oh, that T helps. That helps. What the heck? I'm clenching. He had the well open for a moment. $267 Cobra. He's one piece away. There it is. Long bar goes in. Cobra will survive. $293 for him. $350 for Knight. So yeah, so kick in some extra 100, whatever you got. If we get to 900, Nate will pump in another 100. So whatever you can do to get us close, everyone. Especially these days, we could really, really use the prize pool support. So we don't want to miss any challenge funds. Dogs support Tetris, says Silver Sauce. Well, I've done everything I can do. I've begged, and now I leave it all in your hands. Use that Matcherino command. That'll bring up the links. 393 for Cobra. The one that says Masters or ME, that is the one. Tetris for night 452, 401 for Cobra. $20 from Silver Sauce. We are 20% of the way toward getting those challenge funds. $15 from Mila. That gets us up to $835. So 65 more to go to unlock that 100. Cobra 451 on 19. Knight with the grip switch, which sounds delicious, by the way. Next time we have a live Tetris event, we're going to have a sandwich called the grip switch. I don't know what would be in it, but we'll have to have something. All right, 65 away, guys, from getting that extra 100 courtesy of N-Dog. 557 for night level 20. 64.99 from Fractal former roommate. So we are 1 penny away. Thank you, Fractal former roommate. What a memer. Tetris Cobra 642, 612 for night. Nick Gamer is over on YouTube. Of course, the legendary Nick Gamer Challenge. He's the creator of that. So hello, Nick Gamer. 1 penny from Tetris gets us up to 900. So that challenge has been met. Thank you pretty much Tetris for doing that. Really appreciate it. Last penny ever, says Tetris. Cobra needs something down that right side, and it really should be shaped like a bar, and there it is. So he is safe again. The board not quite ready for scoring, but okay. So anyway, thank you to Mila, Silver Sauce, Fractal former roommate, and especially Tetris. $729 for Cobra, $796 for Knight. And there it is, 100 into the prize pool as promised. Thank you, N-Dog. Really appreciate your generosity and especially those challenges. So now we are up to a very comfortable 1,000. I'm feeling much better about the prize. I was not feeling good going into this broadcast, but now I'm feeling much better. It's a thing I worry about, you know? Robin and Stuff says N-Dog, more like N-Goat. I agree. 915 for Knight, 856 Cobra. Oh, Cobra's left side, that long bar, is an immediate problem. And that is not going to work out for Cobra. He's going to top out. Knight going to take game number 3, goes up 2 games to 1. So N-Dog, good night. Have a good sleep. $8710 EB. Mr. Brain says, if people donate another 1 million, I will tack on another 10. All right, so we just need another million into the prize pool. Mr. Brain will tack on 10. Sounds good. All right, the pieces are here. Winter doing the thankless task of pitting seeds. And since it's a thankless task, I will not thank you. Buff for Eyes used 80 bits to have an on-screen celebration. Now, I don't get to see that. Cobra says if someone donates $5,000 or more by the time we both hit transition, I will intentional top out. All right, guys. Calm down. Okay, looks like both players are ready. 8710 EB. Yes, both players good. Get them started. Rogue Potato with the 1010 contribution gets us up to a binary number, I guess. 101010. I don't know what that means in binary code, but or in binary mathematics or whatever. But, you know, it's a thing. 42? That means 42? What? All right. A couple Tetrises in a row for Knight. Oh, Cobra gonna hang a bar. What? This might be unintentional top out. Oh my goodness. There's a couple Tetrises in a row for Cobra. Oh my word. I was just trying to make a funny number, but instead I made it super meaningful. Yeah, because they said it's 42, which is like the Douglas Adams number, right? In the Hitchhiker's Guide book. Okay, Tetris Cobra 79. There's one Knight, 138. Feels good to use my CS degree after 3 years. Tetris, you have a CS degree? What the heck? Tetris Knight 187. Uh-oh, T.O. We just got actually'd by T.O. Very interesting facts, T.O. You're right. Somebody was wrong on the internet. They were wrong. Somebody was wrong on the internet, guys. Actually. 224 Cobra 264 for Knight. Well, actually, the book is good. You should read it. That's all. It's a good book. You should read it. I think I read it. I read it in 9th grade. But I haven't read it since. And 9th grade was when? Oh my God. When was I in 9th grade? Holy crap. That would have been 19. It begins with 19. '91? I think that would have been 91. It's my freshman year, right? 91. I worked at the library, so, you know, I mean, I read a lot. 386 for Knight, 364 for Cobra. All right, 414 Cobra, 433 for Knight. There's a Tetris Cobra, 437. They're a few lines apart, about 20,000 points apart. I read the most when I had 5 hours of train commuting each weekday and smartphones didn't exist. I mean, you could read on your smartphone, you know? Tio says, apologies for unnecessary pedantry and pings. Well, Tio, I would be remiss if I didn't point out that you spelled unnecessary incorrectly. Actually, Tio, it's spelled... Anyway. All right, 9:50. 550 for Knight, 540 for Cobra. It's all audiobooks now. I only read audiobooks for like nonfiction if I'm just trying to, you know, get the idea of something. And I don't use it for fiction unless I've already read the fiction and I just want to enjoy the story again. But I never do audiobook for fiction for first reading. It's kind of, I don't know, it's almost on principle. Like, your first experience of fiction is just not as good on audiobook as it is reading it. But then if you want to reread it, I do it on audiobook. 604 for Knight, 612 for Cobra. Oh, Knight was kind of misdropped that L piece. Oh no, kind of an undershift of like a Z piece here. All right, opens up that right side. Long bar goes in. Tetris Knight 724. And another one. So Knight is relatively clean. Cobra level 25. 771. There's another Tetris Cobra, 869, 830 for Knight. So 214 for both players, lines-wise. And Knight ahead by 22,000. Tetris is here now worth, what, 33,000, now 34,800. So very, very close, these two players. Tetris for Cobra into 29 with the max. Cobra Knight will max into 29 as well. So Knight ahead by, 14,000 points, like less than half a Tetris. So it's very, very close. And we'll see what these players do. Now, it makes sense to sort of maybe lay low for a couple of levels here, just kind of feel out the other player and see what they're going to do. Especially because Tetrises get more valuable later. So it can be worth it to, and fine to wait it out, see what players are going to do. Depending on the player. But, oh no, this is going to be tough for Knight. That is going to be a top out at A53. And Cobra is good in game number 4. And we now have a D-sider. And I don't think this is a reverse D-sider. So we're going to make the D-sider the correct orientation and all that. So there it is. Regular D-sider. Wow. So Cobra with the little mini mullen. D Snyder, right? I should put a D Snyder down there. maybe one day I'll do that just to make the old people chuckle. But I can't do it now because everybody, it's got to be a surprise. Nobody under 40. Curious says, Vandy, how about them socks? I have not watched the game tonight. So, I mean, if you want to spoil it, I'm not going to yell at you, but I would prefer that you didn't. I probably won't watch the game. I'll just watch the 12-minute highlights, but I like the 12-minute highlights on MLB YouTube channel. Okay, the pieces are here, and Winter doing great work. C32D0A. C32, dead on arrival. Just say it's SpongeBob, the younger gen will get it. Ah, that's true. I'm very glad I was not in the SpongeBob generation, I gotta say. All right, so both players are on seed. As soon as they are ready, we can start. As soon as they both... Oh, I knew Knight was ready, but I don't assume. All right, let's go ahead and get these players started. Cobra versus Knight. Game number 5. The winner of this one single solitary game will move on to the top 8 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Yeah, Rogue Potatoes says SpongeBob is pretty amazing if you are suitably altered. Well, 1, I don't get suitably or unsuitably altered. And 2, it's just not my tempo. Tetris, you know what that means. 92,000 Cobra 91 for Knight as we get underway in this deciding game 5. Bluescuti is waiting. Well, now, Colby, I'm looking it up. Oh my God. That was, oh my word. Who pitched today? Was it Bayo? Who pitched? It was Bayo. Oh my goodness. What the heck? And tomorrow's crochet day. The Yankees, oh my God. I love our bullpen so much. 164 for Knight, sorry. Well, now 188, 190 for Cobra. Oh, I can't wait to watch the replay. So Cobra's gonna miss the Z spin tuck. The T spin tuck, and well, that's gonna really mess up his board. So it's gonna allow Knight to pull out into a lead. Man, if Crochet can stop the Yankees and we can sweep the Yankees in New York, oh my goodness gracious. I mean, already the series wins, so holy moly. Oh no, it's a 4-game set. I didn't realize it was 4 games. I thought it was 3. 271 for Cobra, 307 for Knight. All right, I gotta stop talking Red Sox here. I'm giddy now with the results of that game. Tetris for Cobra, 319. All right, Cobra. Well, he kind of passed on a chance to get set up again. Oh, that left side. That's going to be a bit of a mess after kind of an undershoot with that Z. So 447 Knight, 372 for Cobra. $501 for Knight, 406 for Cobra. Okay, it's actually a line spin set up there for Knight, but why would you even do that? I mean, I would do it just because, you know, I have a reputation. All right, Knight just gonna, all right, take this down. Good. And just gonna take that triple, just take a good board into 19. 542. He's already got the lead. Does not need to pile on necessarily. These kind of Z's and S's in the middle, causing a little bit of a spire. All right, taking care of him. And a Tetris for Knight, 599, 473 for Cobra. They're both on level 20. Vandy, what sports teams do you support? I support the Red Sox. And I guess I support the Patriots, but I've just been losing interest in football. And, you know, in theory, I guess it would be all Boston teams, but I don't follow hockey or basketball at all. So, fake fan. Don't even watch when they're on in the playoffs. So, I just don't have interest in those sports. But that's it. Really, just primarily the Red Sox. $593 for Cobra. Tetris for him, 622, 739 for Knight. Any Texas teams? Well, I'm not from Texas originally, so I don't know why I would follow them. Vandy, what do you think about the potential MLB realignment that would put the Yankees, Red Sox, Mets, and Phillies all in the same division? I'm not really a fan of like wholesale changes to the league affiliation of the teams. I don't like that idea. Now, the American League and National League, it's all arbitrary at this point. It's tradition. It doesn't matter. But I don't know. I think keeping those traditional league divisions and switches between leagues at a minimum is probably for the best. 870 for Knight, 841. I mean, you really don't need those league divisions anymore. It's just all arbitrary, but something just seems weird to me. I still can't think of the Brewers as a National League team. Seems wrong, but 882 for Cobra. But if that's what it takes to get expansion, then okay, but I don't get why they're even trying to expand. You've got like, a handful of teams that are total failures as businesses, right? So why are we adding more teams? Now, it's not we. I have nothing to do with it, and I don't know the business. I'm not smart enough to run that business, but it doesn't make sense to me. 955 for Knight, 829 for Cobra. I think Cobra is trying to get that long bar over to the left, and it didn't go. So he's now in trouble. Gets one over for Tetris, A66. Can he bring this down even more? It looks like he can. A80 for Cobra. So the survival is going to help him tack on some points, but he's going to top out at A81. Was those extra points in that final Tetris enough? We'll see. Knight has got a good board and a lot of runway here to chase this down. A82. That is the chase down. A82. So Knight has got a lot of time to chase this down. And a good board. So 30,000 to go. A82 would be the target. The triple comes down. 16,000 points away. $3,000. And there it is. And Knight is good. Knight will be moving on to the top 8 of the CTM Masters event for the first time ever. This is now officially Knight's best performance in the Masters event. Knight is in the money. So let me go ahead and report this, and we will go ahead and take a look at what our top 8 is going to look like. Let me go ahead and report it. I will refresh it. GG's to you, Cobra. You did a great job. Let me find out where this is. So yeah, this is Knight's best performance. Knight is now in the money of CTM for the first time. Well, of the monthlies. You know, everybody got paid in Mega Masters a couple years. So I think she's been in that. But as far as, yeah, I mean, so as far as CTM goes, as far as the monthlies goes, this is Knight's first time in the money. So you'll love to see it. Let's go ahead and take a look. So yeah, we are getting into an immediate match now against Bluescuti. So that is what we're going to move to. So congrats to Knight. Let me go ahead and bring up the next match. And I'm just going to move. This is going to be out. I think this is out of order again, right? Oh, no, it's not. So Scooty on the left is fine. So that works. Okay, so anyway, GG's again, Cobra. You did great, but it just wasn't enough today. And maybe it was your controller as well. Whoops, I did the wrong thing. Let me turn this off. Oh, there we go. You're gone. And then bring in 3. Yeah, so congrats, Knight. I don't know why this is not. There we go. And then, what is it? Let me just refresh the thing. No more play stop. No more wiggling, says Mr. Brain. Does anyone remember that one time Scooty was in YouTube chat? It was great. All right. This is going to be a top 8. And players, if you don't mind, can I take a moment? I just need like 120 seconds, okay? So I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and run a quick ad. And I will return. And then we will give you pieces. And then we will begin. So we can watch you warm up. Scout, if you want to run a prediction, you can. I don't really run them. And I don't think anyone's really been running them the last several months. All right, I'll be right back. Oakley dokley, everybody. I am back. Thank you for giving me a moment. I, had to do things, and now I'm here. And, there's like 6 or 7 cop cars out on the street and an ambulance. So always fun at the apartment on a Friday night. So did I drop the pieces in the chat? I think I did. Yeah, the pieces are here, players. They're going to be BD4A08. BD4A08. What did I do? Well, it all traces back to this 2019 New York Times article about me. It was published in April. But they won't find me. It was published on April 1st. All right, pieces are here. BD4A08. It was very detailed. They'll never find you if you're in a van down by the river. Oh my God. Nobody said van down by the river to me in about 2 years, one true goat. Oh my goodness. Van down by the river. Friday Witch is here. What is up, Friday Witch? All right, I'm just gonna do a PB game here while I'm waiting for these players, I guess. Age showing, I know. BD4A08. Looks like both players are ready. Bluescuti and Knight. Let us get them started. This is a top 8 match. The winner goes to the semifinals. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Bluescuti. Bluescuti qualified in to seed number 3 with a 1.60 million. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifying period. So he averaged a rollover. It's pretty good. It's got an overall PB of 18.2 million. I think that's second on the PB leaderboard. He was ranked the second overall Tetris player in the most recent Premier poll, which is a ranking of Tetris players. And you can see the full rankings and methodology over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. Actually, I don't think the methodology is over there. It's just pretty arbitrary. Okay, so Knight with the piling high over on that left side. What the heck, Knight? And we are getting droughted early on. Knight going to keep that well open, thank goodness, and gets a Tetris to bring this stack back down. 95,000 for Knight, 106 for Scooty. Of course, Scooty, number 2 in the Open Premier poll, 13 on the DAS list, 6-time Masters event play or Masters winner. One of those is Lone Star. The other 5 are from the monthlies. He's been in the finals an additional 4 times. 3-time Mega Masters player, and he's finished in the semis of Mega Masters twice. And that is in back-to-back years, 24 and 25. For some reason, I have an aversion to saying, like when I was a kid, you'd say, oh, that was back in 83 or back in 74. But for some reason, I haven't yet taken to saying, oh, back in 25, Why is that? I don't know why. It doesn't feel natural. So I'm always saying 2022, 2025. I just got to get over it. Anyway, there's a diversion for you. Bluescuti, also a 3-time CTWC gold player, did that in 23 and 25. That sounds so unnatural to me, but I'm just going to go with it because that's what I should do. And also was second in the Jonas Cup. That was back in 24. It doesn't sound right. Am I the only person to whom that doesn't sound right? But that's what we would say. Oh, yeah, back in 92. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I went there back in 87. Anyway, Bluescuti, of course, the first game crasher. Earliest rollover at one point, 257 lines. Is that still the case? I mean, it's got to be, right? I don't know. Former world record score holder when it was 6.6 million. Of course, now it's 29.4 million. A long time ago. Anyway, Scooty's most recent Masters event win was in February of this year, and he had a streak of, 10 finals in a row if you count Lone Star. 9 if you don't. Okay, Knight in a bit of a dig. I want to get through the intros in game 1, but Knight does not apparently want that to happen. All right, we'll see if she wants that to happen. Okay, well, she's opening it up. Bringing it down. 235 for Knight, 100 lines. This is a suffer game. 440 for Scooty. This is a very suffer game. All right, it's starting to come down for Knight. Anyway, on the right side, it is Knight who qualled in with a 1.57. Knight defeated Cobra in the round of 16. She got an automatic bye into that round 16, as did Scooty. In virtue of both of their qualifiers being in the top 8. Knight is a Canadian. Oh my God, what the heck? And has a PB of 3.49 million. That's a top 25 score on the list. Knight was ranked number 16 in the Premier Poll. $1,000 from Scott Gray into the prize pool. What the heck, Scott? We are now at our goal. So we will be, in fact, paying the top 8. I knew we were going to get there. And I knew we were going to get there. So it was safe to say Knight was in the prize pool because we always get there. We haven't missed it for a while. But thank you so much, Scott. Very, very generous. And we have now reached our actual real top 8 goal. And we have not missed our goal in a while. So thank you. Bluescuti says thumbs up. Out to Scott Gray. Knight approves, having made it into the prize pool now officially. Oh, Knight's got a long way to go in this game. 380 on level 21. This might be one of her lowest faces in comp. We'll see if she can turn this around. There's still a lot of Tetris to be played. I mean, level 39 is still, 170, 160 lines away. So a lot of Tetris to be played. And, you think Scooty would be like way ahead, but Scooty at 727. So he's really only like 250, 260,000 points ahead. And we've seen bigger deficits. So we'll see. 815 for Scooty, 525 for Knight. And again, thank you, Scott Gray. Very, very generous. Thank you so very much. Anyway, Knight, 16 on the Open Premier Poll, 19 on the DAS list. And this is Knight's best showing in the Masters event. Knight, of course, is a former Future Circuit winner back in February of 2022. Knight has been in CTWC as a gold bracket player 3 times in 21, 22, and 25. He's also been in Mega Masters twice and finished in the top 16 this year and took 3rd in the Genesis Open and in the DAS tournament over at the Genesis Regional this year. 690, that left side hang for Knight is going to be very tough to deal with, but still dealable with. Scooty's got the max out and more. He's on level 27, and this is going to be a top out for Knight at 694. Scooty was ahead by almost 400,000 points. And Scooty takes that one. Apparently Friday Wish doesn't like it either. In terms of saying, oh, back in 22, back in 15. But we did say, oh, back in 09. You know? Like, so when it was like 2015, we'd say, oh, back in 07. But then when it came to like 15, I felt uncomfortable saying it. So I don't know why that is, but I'm just going to start to adopt it, get with the times, and start to say, oh, yeah, back in 23. I'm just going to say it. In the future, Vandy, is it bad manners to just top out if I'm that far behind? I mean, I don't know. If you feel like you're going to lose anyway and you want to not waste any energy or whatever on. But on the other hand, people have come from way far behind. Imagine Scooty tops out on level 31 and, you know, you could do a, 300K chase down. I don't know. For me, I never give up, but I'm not playing at a professional level like you are now. A professional, cashing in the Masters event. Oh, Scout says the ultra rare intentional top out loss. Yeah, true. What would you even do with that, Scout? Would you just, that's the score and that's the intentional top out, and yeah, saving hand energy for the next game. I mean, that's up to you. I mean, that's like in baseball, putting in a position player to pitch, right? You're trying to save your pitching resources in what is essentially a lost cause. So you're just trying to manage the match. That's fine. That's up to you. Piano Land 480 contribution to get us up to 2025. Thank you so much. So yeah, it's up to you how you want to manage the match. I don't think it's bad etiquette. I think it's just managing your resources, just like putting in a position player to pitch. That is up to you. 3B, 3-3. I don't think you should intentionally lose a match or intentionally lose a game that you could otherwise win, Like if you were tied or not that far apart and you just, I'm going to throw it for whatever reason, that would be bad. That would be something that should be investigated. BCD 3-3. Okay, looks like both players have signaled ready, so let's get them started. Game number 2. Game Scout says in chess, it's almost mandatory to intentionally top out when you think you're going to lose. Yeah, I don't know enough about chess to know, but that sounds right. I mean, that sounds like what happens. I don't know a lot about it. All right, Coverdale's with the raid party of 4. Thank you, Coverdale's. But anyway, thanks again to Scott Gray for helping us reach our goals. Very, very generous. I really can't say that enough times. $94,000 for Knight, 73,000 for Blue Scooty. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. 144 for Knight, 124 for Blue Scooty. There's a Tetris Scooty, 150, 190 for Knight. Oh, Knight gonna miss the line spin. What the heck? Do you even know whose tournament you're playing in, Knight? How do you miss a line spin in a Vandy tournament? $239 for Knight, $198 for Blue Scooty. All right, the T-spin, and the T is spun. Knight trying to keep this well open. Oh, this is tough. Yikes, stripes. And there's the long bar over for Knight. So good job keeping that open. And another one goes in. And Scooty gonna get those long bars too and get a couple Tetrises off of those. 278 for Scooty, 300 for Knight. Same line count, Knight ahead by one Tetris's worth of points. Tetris Scooty 346. Does he go for the line spin? No. Gonna go for the key tuck. So that is choosing Kingsman over Vandy, really. If you do the Kingsman key tuck instead of the line spin on that same setup on that right side, that's a real choice. I gotta think about that. That's going in the book. 392 for Scooty, 419 for Knight. Friday, which, my goodness. Yeah, so what brought you over here Friday? It's always fun, once a year, Friday just pokes in and says, hi, it's me. Don't forget me. Of course, Friday, which the founder of Classic Tetris Monthly back in 17, now that we're doing that. First time chat from Great Sword, New Hampshire, maybe, says cool. All right, well, if there's one thing that you're good at, it's giving me a hard time. 519 for Night, 554 for Bluescuti. Of course, the original graphics can never come. I mean, my graphics can never come close to the original aesthetic and graphic package of Friday Witch Classic Tetris Monthly. 592 for Night, 580 for Bluescuti. Mine's very bland and boring. And no effort. But Fridays was very intricate. It was a lot of moving parts. I think I still have all the files for Friday's graphics. I really don't know how they work. I don't know how they work at all. $675 for Night, $710 for Scooty. There's a Tetris Night, 731, 765 Scooty. Can we get Friday Witch graphics for the next retro CTM? I don't know how they work. And, I think we'll just leave the past in the past where it belongs. That's why the past is the past, because it's the present now. So we do the present in the present. Past is in the past. If we want to do it, we can talk about it. Oh my God. It's so, I don't know that I can handle it Friday. 831 for Night, 871 for Bluescuti. You have a new job and you're busy now? Yeah, concentrate on the job. Don't concentrate on stupid Tetris graphics. But I did do something a little bit in homage to that era on the winners kind of graphics. So you'll have to stick around. I'll show you that in between. I'll show you after this game. All right, 961 for Night, A07 for Scooty. There's a dirty center well Tetris for Night. Gets the S-spin in. Another Tetris Night. She's got the max, A32. Same line count. Night ahead by 17,000 points. Scooty, the middle of that board. What the heck? I'm not sure exactly what happened, but this is going to be a top out for Scooty. And Night is good without having even to get to 19. So, yeah, you're going to switch out pads. Oh, Corian flip. Shoot. I don't like calling it that, but I said it out loud without thinking, but I don't like calling it that. All right, so Night gonna mullen it out a little bit. No, I guess not. All right, so Scooty's gonna change out pads. So just if you want to take a couple minutes there at Night just to do what you got to do. But yeah, Friday, we have these graphics that, kind of, here, let me go backwards on them. Yeah, we have these graphics that kind of highlight who won the multiple years, right? So there's this year's, the year before. It's a different theme. And then, there's that one, 2022. These are just the graphics I made during those years, but they didn't look fancy enough, so I just fancied them up until I could make a better version. But then I tried to pay some homage to your era by making it a little more electric and kind of the theme and colors from the Friday Witch era. So I tried to evoke some of the Friday Witch spirit for this slide during the Friday era. So that was my little tribute to you. And actually, people have probably looked at this slide a million times, But they probably didn't catch the one little detail that I kind of put in there. And like the purple where it says Classic Tetris Monthly in purple, Friday Witch purple, those are all the Friday Witch years, Friday Witch months, and all the ones where it's green underneath, you know, those are the Vandy times where green, where I made green sort of the main thing. So there's a little bit of hidden significance on this slide. I know it's stupid, but that's what I did, was my little tribute to you on this slide. So there you go. I don't know if anyone actually noticed that, but I did that on purpose. All right, so Scooty, I don't know what Scooty's doing here. Some kind of operation. Slide lore. I know. I know I gotta make a slide for Das Masters. It's odd though, because Das Masters started in the middle of a year. So I might just, but the problem, you know, the first year is only like 2 people, so it's not that big a deal. So I might do like a same thing where it's a 2024 to 2025 slide, and then start the slides a yearly basis after that. I mean, look at that capture. That's nuts. Let's see what he's got. Does he have any, where's his cheats? I want to see his cheating ROM. Screen wiggles. Yeah, he's wiggle tapper and wiggle capture. Oh, my phone died. All right. Dr. Cat's Swiggle Vision. Friday, which you and me and like 3 other people know what that is. All right, so we're getting a tutorial on how to fix a controller. Guys, Scooty is using alcohol. Do you see this? Did you see that? How much different is it playing on NES than on a Switch? Says Hemolizer. It's a good way to get you started on the Switch. I have 3 ROMs in my EverDrive. I have 3 copies of the same, 3 identical copies of the Tetris Gym in case I want to save the scoreboard for some reason. Then I can just go play the other ROM and keep the scoreboard intact on the other one. I still have a lot of old Friday Witch hacks from back in the day, like Home Run Derby and all that other stuff. Yeah, I have all those Friday. All right, so are these the new pieces or are these the old? I don't even remember what pieces we were using. So I think I need new pieces, right? Yeah, new pieces. So I'm going to put them in the chat just for the players. E9408E. So when you are ready, players, the pieces are there. Thank you, Barrett. Okay, I'm muted. Sorry about that. Yeah, anyway, game number 3, Scooty and Knight underway. So if you, that answer to that question, by the way, somebody asked, where can I get a certain cartridge? If you just Google the name of the game and NES cartridge, it should come up in your first few results on Google, but I can't really give you a link to that. Okay? I can't really be more specific than that, so you'll have to sort of figure that out. All right, we are playing game number 3. So what started as a best of 5 has now been shrunk to a best of 3 because there's potentially 3 more games left, and the first player to win 2, well, they will move on to the semifinals. Great Sword says, watching you a lot on YouTube. Glad I caught you live finally. Yeah, glad you're here, and thanks again for the sub on Twitch. Appreciate it. My audio, I have to keep having to mute my audio because I'm drinking some carbonated beverage. No, carbonated beverage. Ugh. All right. 215 for Knight, 235 for Bluescuti. Is this Tap Master? Because they are rolling, right? Says Johnny Fun Stuff. This is not Tap Masters. This is the Masters event. So they are rolling. It is, no, it's not. I don't drink alcohol Friday, so it is not. It's just I shouldn't be drinking a caffeinated beverage, but I do have, I'm up past my bedtime and I have another match to do after this at 12:30, after midnight. You're trying to get me a beverage sponsor? We've done some like beverage affiliate things. Oh, Knight is gonna top out at 273. And Bluescuti is good in game number 3. The stream title is old, says Robin and stuff. It hasn't been updated since the Tap Masters event ended. Well, I'm not changing it. You want me to change it that badly? Is it that? I mean, you're here. You're already watching. You're already here. All right, new pieces players. All right, you need me to change it? It's just very awkward to do it through the way that I have to do it. Oh, whoops. All right, I'll change it. I don't know if this will do anything, but if this makes people stop saying, update the stream title. All right. It's updated. Hey. All right, new pieces are here. Oh no, what happened to my seat checker? It died. Oh no, it died. Okay, there it is. 068090. I have been here and the games have been keeping me awake, but like still watching, so maybe my own fault. Yeah, I mean, you are a free agent. You have free will. No matter what Sam Harris says, you have free will. Or Daniel Sapolsky, or whatever his name is. Sapolsky? Robert Sapolsky? I don't remember. All right, 068090. So As soon as both players signal ready, we'll start game number 4. And I feel like Knight is ready, but again... All right, there we go. Game number 4, Scooty is up 2-1. Knight needs to win this one to stay in the tournament. Scooty is on match point as we head into game number 4. It says and Masters. Tap Masters and Masters. Oh, but that's on Twitch. On YouTube, it wasn't saying that. All right, Scooty with kind of a jacked up board to begin game number 4, and not getting a lot of long bars to help him get out of this. So he's trying to keep that right side open. Blocks it just as the bar comes. Knight is going to get a Tetris off that bar. Scooty, oh, thought he was going to take a burn to kind of open that well, but no, he's just trying to keep that stack nice and clean, which he does. And a Tetris for Scooty, 61,000. 77,000 for Knight. Tonight really has been the Bluescuti show. It has a lot of Bluescuti. The Wiggler, which sounds like a Batman villain, like a rejected Batman villain. Or who knows, maybe in the comic books, maybe there was a Wiggler. But somehow never made it into the movies or whatever. All right, Tetris Knight, 195, 155 for Bluescuti. '60s Batman would totally use the Wiggler. Yeah, I feel like that's true. Joey H says split screen ad. I don't know if I've ever seen that on YouTube Live before. Oh man, we're innovating all kinds of ways to monetize your attention. We got to do it. Our YouTube revenue is down this most recent period. So I gotta remember to run these ads. I think that's what's part of it. I keep forgetting to run the ads in between each match. Mr. Brain with the fake facts. 230 for Scooty, 309 for Knight. Who made the Joseph thumbnail? I think it was oh, if you go into, I forget, if you go into the CTWC, I'm sorry, if you go into the YouTube channel on Discord, Dan V says who it was. Was it Deck? I think it might be Deck. It was Deck. Got it. 380 for Knight, 264 for Bluescuti. Deck also made the originals of the like the winners through the years graphics, like the champions slides. But I needed to make new versions to give them transparent backgrounds for a certain purpose, so I had to sort of redo them, and then I kind of vandified them while I was like redoing them. So all right, Friday Witch, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Hope to see you again. Don't be a stranger, but remain a strange one. Tetris for Scooty, 405. 496 for Knight. All right, take care. Remain a butt. Yeah, I'm very surprised that Friday Witch did not call anyone a butt. Oh, wait. Not so fast. 544 for Knight. 432 for Bluescuti. Oh, you did? All right. $566 for Knight. 477 for Bluescuti. I feel like his stamina must be flagging a little bit. I mean, he's played a lot of Tetris, but then again, he does play a lot of Tetris. Like, you know, I'll call a game of his or something on Masters, and all of a sudden, oh, he's got a CTL, and then he's doing a Wars thing, and then he's doing this other thing, and he does play a lot, like in one day. So maybe it's not. All right, Tetris Scooty 612, 693 for Knight. I can't wait to not sit down anymore. I've been sitting down so much today. And I have a standing desk. There's no reason to, but... Tetris for Knight, 729, 643 for Scooty. I feel like if I elevate this standing desk, like 7 things are just going to fall right off it. It's like the desk is a mess right now. 761 Knight. Now she's working 2 rows off the bottom. There's a Tetris Knight, 793. Another Tetris Scooty, 720. The Scooty had 7 lines, back 80,000. There's a Tetris Knight, 831. Chroma says, I have awoken from my sleep again. All right. Well, your DAS match is in 54 minutes. But, you know, if both of you are ready early, you know, I'm happy to do it early. Because, you know, it's 24 minutes to midnight here. Past my bedtime. 931 for Knight, 882 for Bluescuti. There's one Scooty. Knight is, yeah, got the max now. And there's another one. All right, Scooty, nice little burn here to clean up that right side. Really just in time for 29. Max out Scooty into 29 at A24. There's a Tetris Knight, B10 into 29. Oh no, Knight's board is okay. A long bar gets over, but she's got to bring this down. She's got to get stuff to the left. Looks like she's bringing it down. B54 for Knight, B20 for Scooty. So Knight in the clear, good board, low. Scooty's setup gets a Tetris, B58. There's one for Knight, CO3. And Scooty answers back, gets one. There's another one, Scooty, C36. Now he's in the score lead. He's ahead a little bit in lines. He's ahead, real-time score by 28,000. Another Tetris for Scooty. There's one for Knight. Scooty, D23, Knight's left side. That could be a problem. All right, she's going to bring this board back down. The whole board should now be accessible again. She's got to start digging or start, you know, got to dig this down and then start setting up again. Another Tetris well from scratch. Meanwhile, Scooty Tetrising. Kind of dependent here. He's going to need to get a bar to the left and, gets him. Okay, so can he keep going? I think Scooty was like 1 or 2 pieces away from topping out maybe, but still going at E33. D08 for Knight. Scooty still fighting this board down. Knight trying to fight her board down as well. And Scooty just trying to eke out some whatever points he can before he tops out, which he does at E47. The target for Knight is E48. She's got 23 lines to go. Tetris is here approaching, 48,000. So right now they're probably 45,800. So she's going to need a Tetris and more. Because Tetris is on into 39 or 48,000. So there's one. And now she is less than a Tetris away. 8 lines to go. She's going to have to get a multi-line clear here, I think. She's like singling. Well, let's see. Right at the... Okay, yeah. Did not need a multi-line clear. That shows what I know. Knight going to chase this down and tie up this match. So we are going to go to a decider. Oh, all my buttons don't work now. What happened? Something happened to my buttons. Commodore Friday just subbed on Twitch. I'm not sure. My stream deck just wigged out, and I don't need it to do that right now. Oh, now it works. Okay. Can you have 2 minutes for hands? Sure. 2 minutes for hands. Mustache Cannon says, I'm always impressed when players know exactly what clears they need while under pressure like that. All right. Yeah, my stream deck is totally on the fritz. Yeah, Knight, you need new hands, so maybe you can get those from Hoskinson Industries. Yeah, crazy. What just happened to my buttons? Oh, no. Oh, no, not his buttons. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Too much for shipping. Oh, rip. Well, I want to make sure that all of you tomorrow are watching or going to this event at the Doubletree Bloomington in Minnesota. If you can't go, make sure to watch it on CTWC, but you can still go and enjoy hanging out with people like Meme and Fractal and Vicious Rhubarb. I mean, you probably won't enjoy hanging out with Vicious Rhubarb, but, he'll be there. Opox, I saw Opox there. Huffaluffagus, Chris Bidwell. Did I see Bidwell there? So you can go there, hang out, see these folks. I don't know if quals are over. I think they might be over, but you can go and hang out. And at least watch it tomorrow while you're watching Das Masters. All right. Looks like Knight's hands are good. Your hands are fine. Abda 5. Okay, good. All right. It is decider time. Bluescuti versus Knight. The winner of this moves to the semifinals. Batfoy, Ben Mullen, says Tetris. 3-2-1 Tetris. It is a decider. Decider. What voice do you keep switching to? I don't know. There's one. I don't know what that means. People use all kinds of different voices when they're talking. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Like, I don't have them cataloged like, oh, well, that one's 7B. You know, I don't know. I have been sitting, you know, for a lot of today, which is bad. I feel like I'm getting a deep vein thrombosis. That's all right. Listen, I'm missing Red Sox Yankees. I'm getting a DVT for you guys. So make sure to support the channel to pay for my DVT surgery. $117 for Knight, $120 for Bluescuti. Deep vein thrombosis is covered by your HMO. Arthritis from rolling is not. Colin thinks I have health insurance. You can't, you know, you're not going to have health insurance if you run a Tetris stream, okay? All right, Dirty Tetris for Bluescuti, 174. $277 for Knight, right now ahead by about 80,000 points, 2 lines apart. And yeah, we are not done with Tetris for the evening, because in about 45 minutes we've got Chroma versus Alex T in Das Masters. I didn't realize that was happening, so I'm not even sure I have graphics available for that. So I'm gonna have to. What is that? What is that? I'm gonna have to make those up real quick. $293 for Scooty, $370 for Knight. Take a look at Das Masters. That is in Alex was a high seed this time, right? Like higher than normal. Yeah, he was seed 4. That's big for Alex and Das. So that's blue. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I made a blue Alex T. I'll have to check. 345 for Bluescuti, 439 for Knight. Let's see. Player names Das image. Player left 04, August 15th. So I must have. All right, I did make an Alex T. Wow, look at that. Thank you, past Vandy. Tetris for Knight, 467 brings the stack down. Scooty had a high stack too. Got that Tetris, 372. I was being kind to my future self when I made some of these in advance. Open MS Paint and get to work. Don't have to. I usually don't make these until the morning of, because, unless, you know, I have a lot of time to kill. But I usually just do the graphics on the fly a couple hours before the stream. So otherwise you're making, you know, I got 2 tournaments to run, 64 players. times 2 because, you know, left and right. It's 128 of these. It's pretty good if you get in a rhythm. I mean, you can get into a rhythm and knock it out. But yeah, big drought for both these players. 590 for Knight. Tetris, Scooty, 516. One line to go until 19. Gets there in 540. Knight is in at 616. Hey, when can we get the Tetris rate for live matches? All right, you tell me how to do that. $690 for Knight. No, it's a legitimate question, and it's something we don't do because we want the analog capture for these players. For game integrity purposes, since we're not a live tournament, we want to have access to the analog capture, and therefore we don't use the screen redraw renderer thing that some of the live events do and that Classic Tetris League uses. I wouldn't. That's their choice. I don't choose to follow their choice, but because we don't use the renderer, we don't have access to the advanced stats, right? To me, game integrity and being able to know what seed they're on and managing things that way is more important than a stat that really doesn't tell you a lot, but that some people like to overemphasize because they don't know anything about the game. Like some commentator, I mean. So it's a legitimate question. I wasn't trying to, you know, dog you for asking a legit question, but that's the reason why. 803 for Bluescuti, 757 for Knight. The score difference stat is nice. I agree, but I can just do it in my head. I can just look and see what it is. Like, or calculate it or get very close. It's fine. 832 for Knight, 902 for Bluescuti. Now, some of the online things, they choose to not have access to the raw analog feed. I think that's a mistake. I mean, I don't think there's like rampant cheating or anything like that. But there's a lot of things that you want to have access to the analog feed for, and if you use those renderers, you won't have access to it. And they're also buggy. It's a good, cool system. It's great. But if I had to deal with those renderers for, 64 matches a month across, maybe 40 to 50 different players, getting them all set up on it and dealing with the hassles, like I would quit. Gotta be honest. BO1 for Bluescuti. Knight gonna get the max out. Tetris for Knight, A41, B24. So we are now in the post 29 phase. Under 100 lines available if they can even get them. B66 for Bluescuti, A80 for Knight. So yeah, I didn't mean to come across as flippant about your question. It's a totally legitimate question, but it's one I get asked all the time, and so sometimes, especially when I've been streaming for like, I don't know, 7-8 hours, I just kind of get a little, and my filter doesn't work as well. C24 for Knight, CO6 for Bluescuti. So Knight now in the lead, same line count, less than a Tetris though. Scooty with a good board. Tetris, C54 back in the lead. Knight, C87, C61, Bluescuti. All right, Scooty knocking this down, trying to. This is tough. Oh, that left side for Scooty. But this is gonna, some of this is gonna come down anyway. Every additional row he can get helps fix that left. Oh no, that left for Bluescuti. I don't know what he's gonna be able to do. I mean, he's doing it, but ow. Oh no, that is gonna be a top out for Bluescuti, and Knight is going to the semifinals for the first time ever. This is already Knight's best performance, and my buttons aren't working. So Knight, you are the winner of the red bracket. Congratulations. Oh wait, I don't know why that. See, my buttons are totally not working right now. All right, Knight is going crazy. Knight, you're going nuts. Oh my goodness. Hold on, Knight. Knight is going crazy. You are a bracket. It's the red bracket, though. Hold on. Let me fix the red bracket. You're a red bracket winner. There it is. You are moving on to the top 4. Congratulations. This is Knight's best run ever in CTM. So here, let's try to center you a little bit, give you the proper thing. There you go. Look at that. You get a and what you get is a virtual red trophy. Congratulations on your virtual red trophy, which is that, but I made that. Do you guys know I made that? It took me 2 hours to make this little line drawing of this. And I wrote 40 characters on trophies. It took me 2 hours to get it exactly right. I don't know why. It was well spent, though. It was well spent. I had to keep it on theme, right? Anyway, congratulations, Knight. You did great. Let's go ahead and report your win to the Centralized Tetris Reporting Authority, and then we'll show everybody the bracket. Feel free to go offline if you don't want to sit awkwardly on screen anymore, but here, let's report that. So yeah, this is so far Knight's best performance. Knight had never been to the top 8 and now is into the semifinals for the first ever time. All right, let's go ahead and show you. Oh, there's Balaj. Okay, let's show you our bracket. Let's refresh it. And yeah, Knight is the first one into the semi-finals. It's pretty good. So I want to thank everybody who supported this stream. We are going to take a little bit of a break before our next stream. It's going to be a solo match between Alex and Chroma. Thanks for the new follows. Great Sword, Anna, D3, Way Leaks, Jaffrey, YouTube followers. Oh my God, it's going too fast. I got to slow this down a little bit. I'll read it again. I'm my energy is waning a bit. All right, ready? Great Sword, Anamishi, D3W7, WKeyLeak, WikiLeaks, Jaffrey, Tennis Dude, Joshua, Edmund are all new followers. Twitch subs, Buff Eyes, Easy Peasy, Great Sword, Commodore Friday, YouTube memberships, Ravioli, Twitch Bits, K9 Watching Tetris, YouTube Super Chats, Dano222, N-Dog, Twitch Raids, Coverdales. Okay, thank you. Now, we also have made our prize pool goal. We started out like at what, 290 something? I don't know. What was it? It was 490. It wasn't good. But now we have made our goal thanks to some people. The people were Rogue Potato, Scott Gray, Rogue Potato again, Piano Land. So Scott Gray came in with the $1,000. We also had contributions from Nate. And these are, Nate S., who is N-Dog, Silver Sauce, Mila, Fractal, former roommate multiple times, Andy Coe, Robin, Abby Normal, Adam Irish, Nicholas E., 52 Cannon, Guillaume, Robin, Maisie, Junior. This is going back to the Zro match. Game Scout, Henry, Adam Irish. So thank you to everybody who contributed to that prize pool. Some huge contributions today, and that got us to our goal. So thank you. Thanks also to our patrons who are keeping this channel going. Patreon.com/monthlytetras. You can make an ongoing pledge of support. Just like these people are: Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, K9, Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy Dan, Kim, Rogue Potato, Cat Kid, Mila, and Jason. So thank you to all of y'all. I am going to go offline. I'll be back in about 25 minutes. We will do this. What is it? It's this. Oh, here, we'll do the round of 16. It's a round 16 match between Alex T and Chroma. And then we got a bunch of Das Masters tomorrow. So yeah, there's another 1.5 hours. It's midnight right now. Got a splitting headache, but we got to do it, man. No rest for Tetris. All right, I got to stand up. I'm going to go. YouTube, we'll see you in a bit. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. And we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Twitch, we'll raid you off somewhere. I got to stand up or I'm going to, have a stroke or